Yes friends, so we are doing question number 2. In this case we have taken that the interest difference of the two interest, compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is 0.80. Now this is the interest on rupees 20 because simple interest for each year is 2020. This 20 rupees was added to the principal then for second year, and this is the difference for 0.280. Here rupees 20. So on rupees 20, let me take on rupees 20, the interest, simple interest for 1 year is equal to 0.80, right? So rate we have to find out, rate percent. Now if I have calculated for 1 on rupee 1, the interest is equal to 0.80 upon 20, and on 100, on rupees 100, the interest will be rate percent. The rate percent will be, interest in this case will be 0.80 into 100 divided by 20. Right, now this point 0.80, so we can multiply by 100 and this point is cancelled out. 100 cancel out. So 20 4 is 80. This is equal to 4. So 4% is the rate of interest. So rate of interest we have just calculated. Hence the rate of interest, but we have just calculated on rupees 100. So on 100 rate of interest is 4 is equal to 4%. Hence the rate of interest equal to 4%. Now this rate of interest is 4%. And what is the interest for rupees 40 for 2 years simple interest? Therefore principal in case of simple interest, the principal is given, as we know about simple interest equal to PRT upon 100, or P equal to 100 into simple interest, is given. The principal is given as 100 into simple interest, or interest into simple interest divided by R into T. Right, this is equal to P, the principal, because PRT is equal to simple interest, PRT upon 100. So PRT upon 100 equal to simple interest. Simple interest equal to PRT upon 100. Right? In this formula, if I substitute these values, so let me substitute these values. Therefore, principal we have to find out, or P is equal to 100 into SI simple interest 40. Rupees 40 is for 2 years interest, right? For simple interest. Principal in this way we can calculate. Divide by R, 4% we just calculated. Time is 2 years. So for 2 years the simple interest was 40. So in this way we can calculate the principal. What is the principal here? 4 10 times 2 5 times 500. So rupees 500 is the principal. Hence principal is equal to rupees 500. This is the answer. Okay, so question number 2 we have completed. Let me talk about question number 3. What does question number 3 say? Let me first check it and then solve it. First let me do it. Yes friends, so question number 3 now. Question number 3, what does it say? Question number 3 is this. Okay, so let me just solve it. Question 3 says, at what rate percent compounded yearly compound interest will rupees 80,000 amount to rupees 88,200 in 2 years? Okay, so that is at what rate percent? Rate percent we have to find out. Let me now note down here. So question number 3 given. What is given to us? Okay, we have to find out the principal is rupees 80,000 and the amount after how many years? 2 years. And the amount after 2 years, yeah, and amount after 2 years is rupees 88,200. Alright, to find here the rate of compound interest, at what rate percent compounded yearly. So we have to find out, okay, the rate percent compounded yearly. We have to find out rate percent, the rate percent compounded is compound interest, compound rate interest, compounded yearly. That means per annum. This we have to find out. Rate percent we find the name. We have to find out rate percent compounded yearly means that compound interest is there. Okay, so let us take a solution. Now we know that amount equal to, since amount A is equal to principal into 1 plus R upon 100 into number of years power, okay, to the rate 1 plus R upon 100 is power to T, where T is the number of years. A here is 88,200. Okay, is equal to P means 80,000 into 1 plus R is not given. We have to find out whole power 2 years. What does it mean? This value or 1 plus R upon 100 whole power 2 is equal to 88,200 divided by 80,000. 1 0, let me double 0 cancelled out. This is 80,000 and this is 88,200. So that's 2 zeros are cancelled out. If I cancel out by 2, it will be 400. It will be 441. Okay, 21 upon 20 whole square. Whole square. Whatever the power is here, 1 plus R upon 100, in the same power we have to solve this in the same power. Okay, same raised power. Okay, so this is square again. Here also square cancel out. This implies that 1 plus R upon 100 is equal to 21.20. Now from this R can be calculated, or R upon 100 is equal to 21.20 minus 1. That means 21 minus 20 upon 20. That means 1 upon 20. This implies that R is equal to 100 upon 20. That means 5%. R is equal to 5%. Hence, the rate percent is, hence, the rate percent compounded annually, is 5%. Okay, this is your answer here. 5% is the rate of interest. Alright. Let us take, this is question number 3. Question number 4 now. Let me talk about question number 4. What does question number 4 say? Let me first check it and then solve it. Yes, now question number 4. What is given to us? Yes, question number 4 says if the CI compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years at 3% rate of interest be rupees 101.50, what would be the simple interest? Alright, now let us take simple interest. What will be the simple interest we have to find out? Which is given here. What is given? The compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years, right, at 3% be rupees 101.50. To find here simple interest. What will be the simple interest? What would be the simple interest? Or if I put the formula for simple compound interest, let me take. What is the compound interest for on rupees 1? If I take 1 rupee, because simply if I take P, then P is not known here. Principal is not known. We have to just find out what will be the simple interest. Simple interest only calculated. We can take rupee 1. If I take rupee 1, then what is the simple interest and compound interest both? Then we can divide them simple interest on rupee 1. So let me take simple interest. Simple interest solution we are calculating. This is the solution. Simple interest on rupee 1. If I take rupee 1, what is the formula for simple interest? PRT, that means 1 into R is 2R into T, that takes upon 100. This is 1 into R is 3% and T is 2 years divided by 100. This is nothing but 6 upon 100 on rupee 1. Principal I have taken rupee 1 and compound interest on rupee 1. Why I am taking rupee 1? Because this 1 is just taken limited, so we can find out what is simple interest. Comparing we can find out. Compound interest will be amount minus principal. Amount minus principal. That means principal is 1. Within bracket it is 1 plus R upon 100 whole power T minus 1. This you know what. This is amount minus principal. P we have taken common. So it was P into 1 plus R upon 100 whole power T minus P. But this is 1 here. 1 principal is 1. If I take 1 common, may not be taken common, no problem. Let me put the values. Here it is 1 plus R means 3%, 3 upon 100, whole power 2 minus 1. Okay, this is to be simple interest, compound interest and simple interest. This compound, let me first solve it. That what is it? Comes out to be. Let me first solve it. It will give us, let me solve here. So, right, but compound interest is given to us as that value. 101.50, right? First let me find out what is compound interest value. We will substitute later, but first let me find what is the ratio. Simple interest is solution we are finding out. Simple interest on rupee 1 is we have calculated 6 upon 100. This is first equation we calculate, and compound interest on rupee 1 we are calculating. This is what 103. This is 103 upon 100, right? Whole square minus 1. What it will give us? Let me now solve it. What it will give us? This will be 10,000. In the 100 square is 140. That means 10,000. The denominator we will get 10,000. Okay, 10,000 whole square of this. Now here we will get 103 whole square minus 100 square in the numerator. Let me solve it. A square minus b square, in one bracket will be 103 plus 100 into 3, because difference 103 minus 100. A plus b, a minus b. Suppose a square minus b square. By algebra we know this. Okay, whole value. It is how much? 203. And this 3 is the difference. 203 into 3. What it will be? Let me now solve here. So finally, Ci is equal to this on solving. This is 203 into 3, because 103 minus 100 is how much? 3. 3 into 203. So 203 into 3 divided by 10,000. Right. This is the value of compound interest. Now what is the finally solution? 3 3 9, 0 3 3 6 609 upon 10,000. Alright, this is second equation. Let me take this compound interest. Therefore, simple interest is equal to, or simple interest upon compound interest equal to this upon this. So simple interest equal to, let me divide it. Okay, simple interest upon compound interest is equal to, simple interest is 6 upon 100 whole divided by 609 upon 10,000. Now let me first solve it, and then cross multiply, so simple interest can be calculated then. So let me now put it here. Simple interest divided by compound interest is equal to 6 upon 100 into 5. Change it into division sign into multiplication. The ratio will be reversed. This is 10,000 in the numerator divided by 609. Okay. Sorry. 2 zeros are cancelled out. So 600 upon 609. It is 600 upon 609. Okay, let us now further solve it. So it is equal to, for 6 into 100, 600 upon 609. This is SI upon simple interest upon compound interest. Therefore, simple interest is equal to 600 upon 609 into compound interest. But compound interest is given to us, what is that? 101.50. So this is 600 upon 609 into 101.50. If I divide it by 100, this decimal is cancelled out. Alright. So if this is 101, now 10 cancelled out. Let me cancel out by 10, cancel out. Now this is 1015. Okay, 1015, this is 609. If I divide it by 3, yeah, divide by 3, 3 is 9, and this is 1, 11, 3 is 9, 2. Now divide by this. So simple interest is this value. Okay, any other number? Is it cancelled out? It was 103 into, sorry, 203 into 3. It was 203 into 3. So 3, if I divide by 3, this is 2, 3 2 is 6, 0, 3 is 9, and this is 3, 200 in the numerator. Now let me solve it here. Therefore, simple interest we are calculating. Simple interest is equal to, this is now 200 divided by 203 into 1015 upon 10. So 10 cancelled out. 20 upon this. We've got 10 here in the denominator. Okay, so this is the value. Now 5, I think. Yeah, 5 cancelled out. 5 is 15. 5 to 10. So this is 5 times. So 5 to the 100. 5 to the 10 is 100. So simple interest is 100. Simple interest is 100. And compound interest was 101.50. When compound interest is 101.50, then simple interest was 100 rupees 100. This is your answer. Hence, simple interest is rupees 100. This is the answer here. In this way, we have calculated, taking rupee 1 as the principal, and then we can compare, and then compound interest is given to us, and simple interest we can find the ratio of them, and then finally we have calculated this. This is question number 4. Okay, let me now take question number 5. What does question number 5 say? Let me first check it. Given to us. What is given to us is sum of money. It says a sum of money at compound interest amounts to thrice itself in 3 years. Alright. In how many years will it be 9 times itself? It's a simple question. Let me first check it. What is given to us? It says a sum of money. A sum of money. Okay. A sum of money at compound interest. At CI, compound interest. Does, okay, at compound interest amounts to, this is amounts to thrice or 3 times, thrice of itself, right, in 3 years. It is given to us. In 3 years, the money amounts to be thrice, 3 times. In 3 years. Alright, then we have to find out. To find here, in how many years? In how many years will it be 9 times? 9 times itself, 9 times of itself. This we have to find out. Okay. Let us take now solution. Solution here. Let me change it. Marker. Okay, so first of all, amount is 3 times. Suppose X is the principal here. It becomes 3 times of itself. So we are given here, or if I take P as the principal, we are given here, if P is the principal, then 3P is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100. In how many years? 3 years. In 3 years, it says in 3 years it becomes 3 times, amounted to 3 times. So P we cancel out. 3 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100. Interest is not given. Now if I have to make it 9, because if it is 9 times, it's simple as that. 9 means 3 square is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 whole power 3 into 2 means 6. 3 square here, it will be 9 times now. That means 9 to become 9 times in 6 years it will be. Hence, it's implies that 9p is equal to p into 1 plus R upon 100 whole power 6. So in 6 years, hence in 6 years, the sum will amount to 9 times. The sum will be amounted to 9 times of itself. Simple answer. Sorry, of itself. This is the answer here. So in 6 years, answer is 6 years. Right? So in 6 years, the money will be 9 times of itself, amounted to 9 times of itself at compound interest. The rate will be whatever. So this is the question mark. At the same rate it became 3 times, and at the same rate it will become 9 times in 6 years. Right? Now let me take question number 5th question. Okay, sixth now we have taken. Question number 6 here. What is given to us? Let me first check it. So it says, at what rate percent compound interest does a sum of money becomes 9-fold in 2 years? Okay, 9-fold in 2 years. We have to find out at what rate percent compound interest does a sum of money becomes 9-fold. 9-fold we have to make it. Okay, in 2 years. At what rate percent? So rate percent we have to find out. For that, let us take that what is the rate. At what rate percent? So to find here, what is given to us, a certain sum of money, becomes 9 times of itself. This is SELF. Itself in 9 or in 2 years. That it is given to us in 2 years. A sum of money at compound interest amounted. Sorry, this one. At what rate percent compound interest does a sum of money become 9-fold in 2 years? So the rate of interest is compound interest. 2 years at compound. The rate of interest is compound interest. This is given to us to find here. What the rate percent? What is the rate percent? At what rate percent compound interest? Rate percent compound interest. This is the given to us. Rate percent is compound interest. For solution. Now check the solution here. What is given to us? 9 times the money becomes. Okay, so let me take here. If P is the principal, then 9p is